CBS Sports Break, sponsored by IBM.
Good evening. The NFL playoff picture is now complete. This touchdown run by Roger Craig put the 49ers ahead to stay over Dallas. The Niners play the Giants in New York next Sunday. And 3 teams from the Eastern Division clinched the 3 remaining playoff berths in the AFC. Romping to an easy victory over Buffalo, the Dolphins nailed down another division title. The Jets and Patriots also won. They play each other next Saturday in Giant Stadium. More after this.
A Christmas Carol, starring George C. Scott, will return in a moment. Stay tuned for more of Dickens' classic tale, brought to you by IBM.
The saga of the refrigerator continues. Ricky William Perry of the Bears, the cult hero of pro football, wound up the regular season with another burst of glory. After scooping up this fumble, the fridge lumbered 59 yards before his motor ran down and he was caught from behind. For CBS Sports Break, I'm Brent Musburger.
And now, A Christmas Carol, starring George C. Scott, continues. Tonight's critically acclaimed production of A Christmas Carol, starring George C. Scott, is brought to you by IBM. With it, the people of IBM offer you best wishes for the holiday season.
Dear Santa, how are you? Oops. Oh. My little brother Joey asked me to write you. He's only 5. Here are a few things he hopes you'll bring the family this Christmas. Grandma helped with everybody's sizes. We've grown a lot since last year. Oh yeah, favorite colors. Grandma, yellow. Joey kind of likes green. And me. Santa, you're not gonna believe what Joey wants. Baseball cap, sleeping bag, a sled, a bike, make it red, and a drum. Mom says you can leave out the drum. Santa, Joey knows that Christmas is more than gifts and stuff, and that giving is more important than getting. I guess little kids forget that sometimes. Well, Merry Christmas, Santa. Your friends, Joey and Ted.
And now, A Christmas Carol, starring George C. Scott. A Christmas Carol, brought to you by IBM, will continue in a moment. Making a business run the way it ought to means giving the right people the right tools. From typewriters and copiers to computers and software, IBM can help.
We're your type for memos and manuscripts, love letters for labels and laundry lists. If words are the way you write, typewriters, IBM. For hundred checks, for doctor's orders, for company checks, police headquarters, for offices big and businesses small. We're your type.
Looks like Santa needs help.
Now you're going to tell me Santa Claus could use an IBM computer.
He probably could.
I knew we'd get around to this.
Can keep track of who wants what, who's been nice and naughty.
You'd be in trouble.
And knowing IBM, he'd get great service even at the North Pole. Santa could use an IBM computer.
Sure could.
Sure could.
Maybe he could. Last year, he forgot to get me what I asked for.
The business person who deals with higher volumes of information needs answers fast. And just when you think you found a solution, more work piles up. So you run back and forth and back again, searching high and low for a way to get on top of things. That's why IBM created the personal computer AT, with the power to push high performance even higher. With the AT, fast becomes faster. The capacity to handle data becomes greater. And the power that serves one person becomes a powerhouse that serves the needs of many, networking with other PCs in your office. Pretty advanced stuff. But to IBM, it's all in a day's work. The IBM Personal Computer AT, with the power of advanced technology. See it at a store near you or call your IBM representative.
This is Eddie. He lives in a neighborhood where job opportunities don't come knocking at his door very often. But now local community organizations, with the help of IBM and others, have set up over 200 free job training centers. Some for careers in computer operations, others in business, and to thousands of people like Eddie. It's the one thing they thought they would never have, a chance to make it.
And now, A Christmas Carol, starring George C. Scott and Frank Finley, continues.
Thanks for taking me to town for my birthday.
Thought we were gonna have lunch.
We're doing whatever he wants.
I want to go here.
The IBM Product Center? That's where you want to have lunch?
Did I tell you about IBM's wide range of products?
You told me we were having Italian food.
Look at all these desktop computers and all these typewriters
Veal, Parmesan.
and all these different printers. Great quality. Can do charts, even in color.
Spaghetti and meatballs.
Software for any kind of business need.
Speaking of need, what about my stomach?
Computers, software, typewriters. I could stay here all day.
Me too. Me too.
Oh, waiter.
Just about any personal computer does a better day's work with the help of an IBM Pro Printer. The Pro Printer produces high-speed drafts and clear graphics. It prints with near letter quality and turns out single sheets and envelopes without removing the computer paper. Best of all, the Pro Printer costs less than $550. For a better day's work, get the Pro Printer from IBM.
A Christmas Carol, brought to you by IBM, will continue in a moment. Everybody in business wants to do things better and faster. IBM products, technology, and service help people in all kinds of businesses do exactly that.
Imagine if something could signal you when you make a spelling mistake. That would mean you'd be able to correct it before anyone else ever saw it. Well, IBM's Selectric System 2000 typewriters with spell check can do that. It's an electronic dictionary that signals you when you misspell a word. So now if you make a spelling mistake, the whole world doesn't have to know.
We're your type.
My first thought whenever they told me the IBM plant was going to a fully automated plant was, oh no, here goes my job.
Stan Porter is one of 6,000 people working for IBM in Lexington, Kentucky. The plant there will soon be one of the most fully automated in the world. But the move to automation hasn't meant a single layoff in Lexington. One of the reasons is IBM's commitment to retraining, teaching people new skills to work with new technology.
Everybody has kind of got a new outlook on it now. It makes everybody now, they feel that it's going to make the jobs better.
We've taken the mundane, highly repetitive task of assembling these miniature electronic components away from the operator and moved the operator one step back into the process, so he's now responsible for a system. So not only have we been able to improve our quality through automation, we've also enhanced that person's job.
What makes me feel good about retraining is that it's twofold to me. The first one is job security. I don't have to worry about having a job as long as I continue to do my job well. And the second thing is it has always brought opportunity. Every time that you're retrained, there's an opportunity and a challenge.
Retraining has helped IBM avoid layoffs for nearly 50 years. What's happened in Lexington and everywhere at IBM proves that a company can move ahead without leaving people behind.
If you're thinking of buying a personal computer, and all the signs say it's time to take the first step, a few questions may still be holding you back. Will your PC have the power you want to run the software you want? What about expandability and optional equipment? And how much money is it going to take? If these questions have crossed your mind, now is a good time to look at IBM, the complete answer. An IBM PC can run the latest, most powerful programs and give you almost unlimited expandability. with options like the new IBM printers and the IBM PC network. And today, prices are better than ever. So don't wait. Once you take the first step, the rest come easy. IBM personal computers. See them at a store near you or call your IBM representative.
And now, A Christmas Carol, starring George C. Scott and Susanna York, continues. A Christmas Carol, brought to you by IBM, will continue in a moment. People have all sorts of needs, and IBM offers all sorts of solutions for big business, small business, and personal business.
To hit the right note on your personal computer, you've got to have the right personal printer. That's why IBM offers an ensemble of personal printers. For text, for color, for graphs, for pictures, for speed, for charts, for letter quality, for whatever you compose. IBM personal printers.
You know, learning to read is tough. I learned back when I was 6, well, maybe 7. But these kids are already reading in kindergarten. It's because of this really neat learning program called Writing to Read. It's from IBM. Now, it takes words a kid can say, and they can say a lot, and teaches them how to write and read them.
J, turtle.
Turtle.
Type, turtle.
The computer helps them. It's fun.
Can a fish ride in a wagon?
Nah. More than 20,000 kids were part of the pilot program, and some can even write their own stories.
Dad cooks macaroni. I like it too. I kissed my cat before I went to school.
Gee, I wish they had this when I was a kid.
As a group, children in Writing to Read did significantly better on national reading tests. The 2-year pilot program of Writing to Read was supported and funded by IBM.
Morning, Miss Stevens.
Good morning.
Mr. Lewis.
After you buy IBM equipment for your business, we don't stop trying to make it even better. And if we make an engineering change, as part of our maintenance agreement, an IBM service representative will stop by and make the change.
You ask it. Good as new? Better than new.
Our service representatives don't just keep your machines running.
Take care.
They make your machines run better.
He said it was better than you.
Think he can fix a 53 Studebaker?
IBM. And now the conclusion of A Christmas Carol, starring George C. Scott and David Warner. And so ends A Christmas Carol, a story for all times, for all places. The people of IBM around the world, thank you for joining us.
Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year. Muchas felicidades.
Buon Natale a tutti.
Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas.
We wind up between his sheets and her husband gets whacked that same night.